just to your door anyways?
Yeah, I think Hong Kong's still a little bit, it's not as sophisticated as China with home deliveries. And it depends where you live. I live out in Sai Kung, which is out in the suburbs, in the country park in Sai Kung, and it's very hard to get anyone to deliver here. And then having lived in Shanghai, where, you know, within an hour you'll get your supermarket goods delivered, it's very different.
Right. So it's a matter of the systems and logistics setup and all of that.
Yeah.
I remember, so my wife is from Brazil, and I mean, I've been going there for 25 years. And when I first started going there, you could just call it McDonald's and they deliver you a hamburger. And I just thought that was like amazing. Now, of course, it wasn't online, but it's just huge cultural acceptance that that's just how you do it. So now, of course, it's online. You can order a hamburger and it gets delivered from McDonald's. I don't know. I guess I don't eat McDonald's anymore, but that's probably online. You can probably get home delivery for that too now.
Yeah, and again, in China, you know, when you're in the office in China at lunchtime, you can almost not leave the office because you've got this flood of delivery drivers coming in, delivering everyone's lunches and Starbucks and McDonald's and whatever.
Right.
And we see less of that in Hong Kong. That's not necessarily a bad thing. And it's still convenient to shop here. You know, there's a lot of shopping malls around. Most residential complexes are built on top of local shopping malls. And those local malls are doing pretty well. It's more the tourist-focused malls, the Harbour Cities, Causeway Bay, Central, that are challenging.
Like the IFC, the big stores. And
all those big stores are so quiet. I mean, I love shopping when it's this quiet, personally, but as a retailer, it's really sad because it's easy to walk down Canton Road and Nathan Road. There's nobody.
Right. So another question, I thought it was interesting, the local, sort of local focus, the increasing local focus. And so, and I've been wondering this for a while, everybody's not traveling anymore. So are they just spending the same amount sitting at home? Like instead of, you know, traveling whatever to Hong Kong or Germany or Tokyo and doing what they do, but also shopping, are they just staying at home shopping and maybe just staying online? Have the sales numbers decreased?
So I think in Hong Kong, it's a little bit hard for us to see because obviously our sales numbers have historically been very China focused. Certainly our domestic sales numbers have increased, but they're not making up for the loss in the Chinese tourists. But that's where we're seeing some of the brands. So like Fossil has been quite a challenge in China for us to grow. But in Hong Kong, we've been here a long time. We're very well accepted. Our Fossil numbers are actually pretty good for Hong Kong. But Emporio Armani, which is our big China brand, you know, we have some big Armani watch and jewelry stores here in Hong Kong, been more challenging because we relied on a lot of tourist traffic.
And is there a change in the mix of product sales? So you know, you sell a lot of travel related items. Maybe those aren't selling so much related items that are, or what's that look like?
I'm sure that would be the case for some brands. I think we're just seeing what was very successful in our China assortment is not selling as well because we're now in Hong Kong, you're a domestic business.
Right.
So yeah, and I would say, you know, and we're seeing similar in China, we're seeing big growth. And is that because those customers aren't able to shop overseas? Well, historically, they probably would have bought those products at DFS or in New York or in Paris when they were traveling, and they'd get duty-free prices. Now they're buying at home. And that's why we're seeing that boom in luxury goods in China, in my opinion.
I see, right. Well, they actually have more money to spend because they don't have to pay to travel to get there to buy it for cheap. They can just stay at home, pay a little bit more, but save all the travel money.
Yeah, that's true. Although I think it's somewhat balanced because, you know, I think economically, there have also been a lot of challenges with COVID.
Yeah, that's true as well. So then if anybody else has any other questions, please submit them. And I have one more. I think you made a reference, but I didn't quite get it. Like how are the markets outside of China, not just Hong Kong and Macau, but like Tokyo, Seoul, Singapore, in Australia, are these markets having similar both
So,
online
I mean, I
acceleration?
think all markets have found it very tough with COVID. Um, Other than China, I haven't got examples of any markets that are booming in any way. But we are seeing a huge shift from offline to online in every market. So, and it's also sort of following the COVID cases. So recently, Japan, Korea, Malaysia all had high COVID cases again. So as soon as that happens, foot traffic in retail drops and sales drop. But online growth in every market in APAC, including India. And India has been quite challenging because for the first 2 months of COVID, they closed e-commerce as well. So there was no e-commerce deliveries of non-essential goods allowed. So if you were buying food or medicine, e-commerce companies could provide it, but non-essentials. But India is also now coming back quite quickly, particularly again driven by online.
Right.
So online's been successful in all my markets.
Well, I guess that's to be predicted, but maybe the quickness in which it happened is and the degree to which it's happened maybe has been surprising.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brings us back to the meme.
So do you see any just sort of looking forward in the next year or so? Let's assume we get a vaccine. Let's assume this COVID thing is behind us at some point. Are you guys anticipating that somehow the online growth will moderate a little bit and people will just want to get back into a store with the feeling of being outside and free somehow, liberated? Or how do you see what the future might bring on the retail side?
I think online will continue to grow. I mean, I think it won't grow maybe at the rates it is doing currently, just because it will, it's going to settle down. I think offline, I think customers will still want to go shopping at certain times. And there will continue to be a need for offline retail to get that brand experience, and it will be an important part of our ecosystem. But I think there will be shopping malls that I think there's too many shopping malls in many parts of the world. And we will see those combining and maybe becoming more entertainment focused. I mean, we're even seeing that in Hong Kong, that maybe they're more about eating out and cinemas and rather than pure shopping.
Absolutely. Yeah, we see that trend.
I think there'll be consolidation.
Yeah, perfect. Well, so that's it, I think, for our questions. Have any closing thoughts, you're welcome, but otherwise we really appreciate your participation. Fossil's known Fossil for a long time and followed it for a long time, especially in Asia, and it's really quite a powerhouse. So you've got quite a big job on your hand, and managing all the changes brought about just because of the online technology, but also because of COVID, must keep you maybe busier than you might want to be.
Yeah, but I'm not traveling. Yeah, that's the difference.
That's true. That's
actually true. Got more, in some ways, more time because we're not traveling.
That's true. And some companies said that they kind of like this. It gives you actually some more time to really think.
Yeah, yeah.
Right?
Definitely.
So, well, hope everybody in your family and your office stays safe and well and get through this COVID situation, and good luck to continuing to grow your business. And we thank you for informing our members about what's happening on the retail sector.
Thank you for having me. Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. So long, bye-bye. And thanks to Michelle for setting this up. Bye-bye.
You're welcome. Thank you. Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Good day, good evening.
Bye.